Hey, hey, hey. Hey, everyone. Hope that you guys are doing great. Hey, everyone. Happy, what is it, Thursday? Happy Thursday, y'all. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Hey, we're going to have a great conversation today. All right, hope everybody's doing great. If you guys can see and hear me perfectly, please put a 1 in the chat. If y'all can see and hear me perfectly, I feel like I'm too close. If y'all can see and hear me perfectly, please put a 1 in the chat, okay? So we can get this live started. Today, we're going to have a really important conversation. We're going to talk about heavy bleeding, decoding heavy bleeding. Thank you so much for the likes. If y'all can see and hear me perfectly, please put a 1 in the chat, okay? I already mentioned this I was saying on Facebook that thank you so much, Jessica, thank you. I was saying on Facebook earlier that if you have a menstrual cycle that lasts more than 5 days, that's a red flag. And they were over there fighting me in the comments, okay? Saying I'm guilting women and all this stuff. But I'm going to explain what I'm talking about and what I mean. We're going to explain about heavy menstrual bleeding because a lot of times, for y'all that's been following me for a while, you guys should know that if you have heavy menstrual bleeding, that is a sign of a hormonal imbalance. So I'm going to talk more about that. Okay, and a lot of times women have normalized these issues. Somebody in the comments said, "Oh, I've been dealing with heavy, a 5-day cycle since I've been, 11." That's still a hormonal imbalance, right? And we miss the signs of these issues. That's the problem. That's why when we get fibroids and endometriosis, your body was showing you signs that it was in disarray, though your hormonal balance was in trouble before, but you weren't noticing the signs. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to talk more about that today. All right. So if you're watching this and you have heavy bleeding, if you have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts, or any other reproductive health issue, you need to be on this live. Okay. So thank you so much for the likes. Yes, we have a live goal. Let's get to 15,000 today. All right. So hope that you guys are doing great. But yes. Okay. So heavy bleeding. What is heavy bleeding? What's a heavy menstrual cycle look like? And I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like your menstrual cycle is heavy, put a 1 in the chat because a lot of women don't understand what a heavy menstrual cycle is. And I'm gonna break it down. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a heavy menstrual cycle. Let's start there. If you think your menstrual cycle is heavy, let's start there. Put a 1 in the chat, okay? So I don't see no 1, so y'all are quiet today. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel as though your menstrual cycle is heavy. Okay, I guess nobody. But anyway, when you have a heavy menstrual cycle, okay, one person has a heavy menstrual cycle out of 57 people. Okay, get some ones. Okay, so great. You guys are on the right live. Make sure you guys are also liking the video because I'm really gonna give a lot of value in this live. Like the video. I feel like mine will change by the end of the month. Great, I love that. Yes, because she got my course. That's why our Restore Your Womb course. So yes. So when we're talking about menstrual cycle, right? Your menstrual cycle is, when you have a menstrual cycle every month, is to shed your uterine lining, right? It's sort of like this is when you're not pregnant, when, the body starts to prepare for pregnancy, and then if you're not pregnant, your uterine lining sheds. So yes, we are supposed to have a menstrual cycle, right? We are supposed to bleed. It's supposed to be like a detox in a way, right? But you're not supposed to hemorrhage. Yes, we're supposed to bleed, but not hemorrhage. You see, there's a difference, right? So a lot of women are hemorrhaging without even knowing. So when you have a lot of women, I've been having a period basically the whole month of February. Oh yes. Make sure you stay around, Amber. Make sure you're following me. Let me say this first. Make sure y'all are following me. Okay, because TikTok, there's a ban on TikTok they passed the ban. So we don't know how long TikTok is going to be around. So it could be by tomorrow, it could be next week. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you also click the link in my bio to join my email list so you guys can be in, the circle. You guys can know what other platform I'll be going live on, okay? You guys can, so make sure if you are into women's health, reproductive health, what I do is I help women who have fibroids, heavy bleeding, who have hormonal imbalances, who have PCOS, who have endometriosis. I help them get to the root cause of the problem and get rid of these issues naturally, okay? I help women get rid of their fibroids, their cysts, reverse PCOS, okay? Reverse endometriosis, get rid of heavy bleeding, regulate their menstrual cycles. I've helped many women do this. I'm a holistic woman wellness specialist. In case you're new to me, make sure you guys are following me. Okay, so, and also click the link in my bio to join my email list so you guys can be in my, in our circle, okay? So you'll know when we do lives because a lot of women learn a lot from these lives. So, okay, so what does the heavy menstrual cycle look like? This is going to blow a lot of you guys' minds, okay? So a heavy menstrual cycle is, you're supposed to only bleed around just a few tablespoons a month. And a lot of women are going to be shocked when I say that. You're only supposed to bleed about a few tablespoons a month. And you're probably like, well, Sasha, I bleed for days on end. I have overnight pads that I'm using. I bleed through the night. I bleed through my pads, or I have to wear certain colors on. I can't wear light colors on my cycle due to the heavy bleeding. And we have normalized this. We have normalized your body hemorrhaging. Please give me some likes, y'all. Give me some likes. We have normalized our body hemorrhaging, okay? And this is how a lot of women have these reproductive health issues. You don't understand that when you have a heavy menstrual cycle, that's not normal. That is estrogen dominance. You're not supposed to bleed for more than, honestly, 3 to 4 days. And 4 days is even stretching it. You're not supposed to bleed that much. Your body, your uterus is hemorrhaging due to the amount of toxins in your body. Your uterus is hemorrhaging that stuff, trying to hemorrhage that stuff out. It's trying to, get that. And that's why a lot of you guys feel cramps when you have your cycle. And cramps are not normal either. That's why you feel, because your uterus is contracting, struggling to get that crap out of there. But when your body's healthy, you don't cramp. Did you know that? You don't have cramps. You don't have these symptoms associated with your cycle, okay? So I want you guys to understand what normal is and what's not normal. And Ash, I replied to your message just to let you know. I saw your message earlier. I replied to it. Okay, I hope you enjoy your course, the 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids Full Bundle course. It was sent to your email. If it wasn't sent, let me know and I'll send it to another email. But it was still in the same email you signed up with, okay? Ever since I stopped eating flesh and dairy, my cycle is barely on. Okay, so what do you mean? When you say barely on, you mean you don't have a cycle or what? I need some more. I took herbs as well. Okay, great. I just messaged you, haven't got the details yet. Okay, so we'll handle that afterwards. I'll reach out to you afterwards. We probably have to use another email if you're not getting it through that email, that whatever email you signed up with. I used to bleed so much I couldn't move. I stopped eating dairy. Okay, great. So we're gonna get into that. So what is the heavy menstrual cycle? A heavy menstrual cycle is when you're bleeding more than a few tablespoons a month. Period. Okay, that is a heavy menstrual cycle, and that means that you're dealing with estrogen dominance, okay? You're dealing with estrogen dominance, okay? So when you have a heavy menstrual cycle, there's also an issue with the gut, okay? You're not supposed to have a heavy menstrual cycle. You're not supposed to bleed so much. A lot of people, and a lady was saying on my post, women that have, that bleed less than 7 days are lucky. It's not about luck, it's about health. It's not about luck. It has nothing to do with luck. It's about health. And you're talking to somebody that used to bleed very heavily for days on end, okay? But when I get got my health in order, no more. My periods are so very light, no symptoms. I don't even know when I'm coming on. I'm like, okay, this is, just come on. It's not like I have to carry these big pads with me like before or tampons. No, okay, no, it's not like that anymore. I don't hemorrhage. I don't just purge out blood. Well, a lot of women are doing that thinking that's normal. It's not normal. Your body's trying to tell you something, but a lot of us, we're so out of touch with our bodies. We don't understand when our body's trying to tell us something. We don't understand when our body is reacting, trying to get our attention. You don't understand when your body is dealing with, an imbalance. And this is estrogen dominance. Okay, so you wanna, I'm gonna get to that. At least I'm gonna give you guys some. So what if you're experiencing only blood clots? Blood clots are okay. So if we're experiencing blood clots, that is definitely a sign of toxicity in the body. That's a huge sign. Any type of clots. You're not supposed to clot at all. You're not supposed to, even little clots, you're not supposed to clot during your cycle. That is a sign of toxicity in the body, okay? And a lot of women will say, well, this is normal. I'm supposed to bleed this much. And then those same women have anemia. Those same women have, different types of health issues, fibroids, all these other things. So we got to stop, because I'm talking to you guys, but a lot of women on Facebook was fighting me about this. And I said, this is not a fight. You're talking to somebody that's helped many women get their cycles from 14 days sometimes to 3 to 4 days. I've helped many women get their cycles down. I worked with hundreds of clients over the years, okay, when it comes to their menstrual cycle, when it comes to their fibroids, PCOS, when it comes to weight loss, so many diabetes, the list goes on, okay? So here's the thing. So instead of trying to fight me, actually, I want you guys to learn. I'm not saying y'all, but I'm saying, in case some people on Facebook are here. Instead of trying to fight me, try to learn. Try to learn, okay? So it's really important for you to understand that, okay? So if we have a heavy menstrual cycle, we're bleeding more than 3 to 4 days a month, we're dealing with estrogen dominance, okay? We're dealing with a hormonal imbalance. We got to get our body in order. Yes, this does mean that we do have, it's reversible, so don't worry about it. It is reversible, but you got to take action. You can't sit there and allow your body to hemorrhage out until you're anemic. your body is deteriorating. Do you understand that? The longer you let your body continue to bleed out, okay? I turned 50, my cycle went haywire. Okay, so then that means we're dealing with toxicity in the body. We're dealing with again a hormonal imbalance. But the doctors would tell you, oh, that's part of you being a certain age. That's not true. That's not true. And you're talking to somebody that's working with women in their 40s, 30s, 20s. It doesn't matter. All women are experiencing when they're this unfortunately, this is their reality. Their cycle's going crazy. Even teenagers, right? Some women have been experiencing this since they were a teenager. Their cycles all over the place, right? Or bleeding for a whole week. That's not normal. We gotta stop normalizing that. That's hemorrhaging. That's your body's hemorrhaging. Okay, I don't want to start screaming, but I just want to let you guys know that. Okay. So what are signs and symptoms that we have a heavy menstrual cycle? That we have estrogen dominance? If you have, if you bleed, through your pads, which a lot of women do, especially at night, that is, your bleeding is way too heavy. If you're bleeding more than 3 to 4 days, you're bleeding way too much. Okay. If you have to wear anything, let's say you wear pads, right? If you have to wear anything that's higher than the regular, that you're bleeding too much. Okay. If you cannot wear whites on your cycle, you're bleeding too much. Okay. If you have to adjust your life in any way, shape, or form because you have you're on your cycle, you're bleeding too much. Yes, do we need to rest on our menstrual cycle? Get a little bit more rest. That's normal, right? A little bit more rest. It shouldn't be like, you shouldn't feel this huge sense of fatigue, but you may feel a little bit more fatigued than usual. Okay. That's normal. Okay. However, when you're at the point where you cannot even move, you got a heating pad, you're in bed, you're in pain, that is not normal. And you got to realize that, because for you, when you're aware of this means that we can take action to get ourselves in a state of being healthy. Okay. So instead of trying to fight me, I'm talking about those people on Facebook, instead of trying to fight me, they should be here learning. When you get your body in order, again, it's not going to react this way. It's not going to be, you're not supposed to be in pain every time you have a cycle. Your body's not supposed to hemorrhage out every time you have a cycle. You're not supposed to call off work unless you just want to call off work, right? To have a wellness day. But you're not supposed to, call off work. You're not supposed to, I can't do anything, I'm on my cycle. That's not how it works. That's not how it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to be suffering and in pain and feel like you're damn near dying because you having a menstrual cycle. Something that's natural, right? We've gotten it mixed up now. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to my email list. Make sure if you listen, they're banning TikTok, y'all. So we're not gonna be able to do these lives on TikTok anymore. So if you want to still have access to this information, if you enjoy my lives, if you're enjoying this live, even be sure to click the link in my bio. And make sure you join my email list, okay? Join my email list. So estrogen dominance. And also when you join my email list, you get a free training on estrogen dominance, okay? Thank you guys so much for liking the live. Yes, let's get the likes up if we can. I'm 38, recently had a myomectomy, trying to conceive naturally. Any advice? My advice is to make sure that you a lot of advice, okay? When you've had a surgery that's very traumatic to the body, we got a lot of work to do. We got to, first of all, if your body developed fibroids, that means you did not get to the root cause of those fibroids. Cutting into your body is not getting to the root cause of fibroids. So what we got to do, that means that we have to, number one, we have to get our hormones in order, because estrogen dominance caused your body to create fibroids, to develop fibroids. We got to get that toxicity out of our body. We got to get our bodies healthy. And if you have uterine scarring due to the surgery, which a lot of women do, a lot of women have blocked tubes and uterine scarring, that's what the doctors won't tell you. You got to get the body healthy. You got some work to do, honey. I would take about 3 to 4 months, get your body healthy, get your hormones in order before trying to conceive. Because you don't want to conceive and then get fibroids while you're pregnant, which that happens to a lot of women. Man, okay, here we go with the degree. If you look on my page, you'll see I'm a holistic womb specialist, okay? I'm not, listen, and I said that in the beginning. Let me do a disclaimer. So we're not going to do that here, okay? I do block. I just want to let you guys know that, because I know that's only a question that trolls ask. You don't have to be here. So anyway, I am a holistic womb specialist, and what I do is I help women get to the root cause of the problem. I help women actually get rid of these issues naturally, okay? Naturally, holistic, okay? It's not going to be the same thing your doctor is telling you, because again, doctors are not there to heal. They're there to medicate you. They're there to, cut into you. They're there for surgery, and they're there to prescribe medication. Okay, I've actually, if you go to my page and look at my testimonies, I've actually helped women heal. Okay, I Googled you and saw your details. Ashley, you talking to me? So, so I do have certifications, but I do not have a medical degree. No, I do not. Okay, if you're looking for somebody that does, find them. You don't have to be here. Thank you. Okay, next. Okay, so signs and symptoms that the period is heavy. Okay, so that you have estrogen dominance, number one. If you have cramps during your cycle, okay. If you have cramps, if you have breast tenderness, if you have these symptoms, there's some women that have during ovulation, they start to bleed. They start to bleed or a spot during ovulation, right? Or even during ovulation, they feel pain. These are all signs. These are all signs. People should do their research. Absolutely. Thank you, Ash. You did. Okay, so you're saying that you Googled me. Okay, and I'm happy that you did. Do your research on me first before you come in attacking me. How about that? Okay, to the lady, I know she's probably gone by now. I had a myomectomy at 28, got pregnant 3 months later, no problem. Okay, Char, and listen, now, just because we're able to get pregnant naturally, right? That's great. But listen, if our body, we also want to encourage women to get pregnant when they're at their optimum level of health, because there's a lot of other women who got pregnant after myomectomy and ended up getting fibroids again, and then maybe they got fibroids during the trying to get pregnant, right? So I'm encouraging women to get to their optimum level of health before, conceiving. That's what we do over here. Not just we're in any state, we're just going to conceive and cross our fingers. I don't encourage women to do that. I know a lot of doctors do, but I'm not going to encourage women, cross your fingers, and if you're in bad health, if your body's in balance, go ahead and get pregnant. No, I'm going to encourage women to actually get their bodies in order, okay? Because I want women to have healthy pregnancies, not to be in pain when they're pregnant. I want women to be also to have healthy babies and to carry the full term, okay? So hopefully that makes sense, okay? So just because we've had sexual order, which I'm very happy for you, I would not encourage other women to also just have a myomectomy, and instead of getting their bodies in order, let me just get pregnant. No, because a lot of women have done that and it hasn't worked out for them, okay? You agree with me? Okay, I just want to make that clear. All right, so if you ever has to have a blood transfusion due to your menstrual cycle, if you ever had to have a blood transfusion, an iron transfusion, that means you're bleeding too much. And this is actually, unfortunately, this is very normal. A lot of women are getting these, and I said it earlier, I tried to post it on here, but they took it down, right? Which is fine. I post this on Instagram and Facebook. Let's admit that having these transfusions feels very dirty, okay? When we're getting somebody's blood pumped into us because of a period. I'm not saying because of an accident or something like that, right? That's a whole different thing. But if you're having a menstrual cycle and you're having to get blood pumped into you, no. We have to stop settling for that type of life, okay? So thank you guys so much for the likes. Let's get the likes up to 2,000, okay? So causes of heavy bleeding. Fibroids. One of the symptoms of fibroids, for not everybody with fibroids, but a lot of women that have fibroids have heavy bleeding, bleed for prolonged periods of time. They may even have 2 cycles in a month, irregular bleeding, right? So also PCOS. Some women skip the periods that have PCOS. Some women bleed when they do have a period. They bleed a lot, right? So this is, again, these start off from hormonal imbalances. Thank you guys so much for sharing the live. Yes, if you can, like the live and share this with somebody that needs to hear this. So estrogen dominance, right? When your estrogen dominance is when you have your estrogen and your progesterone are imbalanced. Your sex hormones are imbalanced. So your body is dealing with excess estrogen and your progesterone levels are extremely low or deficient, okay? So what does this mean? This means that, the body will, the estrogen levels will start going in disarray. Thank you so much, C, for the roses. I really appreciate that. Nice to see you. Your body will start, reacting in disarray. That means that the body's not able to metabolize that excess estrogen, right? That means that liver is not able to metabolize the excess estrogen, right? So what does that mean? That means that the body starts going haywire, and this is how we create the environment for fibroids, for PCOS, right? For heavy bleeding, for even autoimmune disorders come from estrogen dominance. So when you have heavy bleeding, this never means that, okay, everything's fine in your body, everything's normal. No, your body is showing you what's going on. We gotta listen. We gotta listen to the body. Your body is showing you what's really going on. Okay, please give more details. polycystic ovary syndrome. Polycystic ovary syndrome. We'll talk about that later, more about that later. Oh, Cloney, hi, how are you? And I wanted to message you, Cloney, because you asked me a question, I think last time you were here. I wanted to respond to you. You asked me a question about the self-study course, the Talks About You self-study course. Message me, because if you're still interested in that, I can give you access to it. It's no longer on the site, but a couple people, I let them slide with that, okay? Hope that you're doing okay. Okay, so you also other uterine conditions. And the reason why this is very serious is because, ladies, estrogen dominance at its worst can also bring on infertility. For a lot of women we're living in an age where so many women are having difficulty. I'm talking about in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, conceiving. So many women, about 15%, I think it's even more now, but the numbers are just going up. You have people in their 20s going through IVF. Like, that's the norm now. That's scary. Okay? Oh, okay, I've been looking at your videos and trying to get informed. Yes, I love that, love that, love that. Do you know much about adenomyosis? Absolutely, Kitty. I've had clients with adenomyosis. Absolutely. So I do know about adenomyosis. So I do work with clients that have that. Of course, most people that come to me is fibroids. I don't talk about fibroids a lot because most of my audience is women that have fibroids, okay? So so even if you're on birth control too, that's gonna create a hormonal imbalance in the body. That's gonna cause the body to be estrogen dominant because we're flooding our body with excess hormones. That too causes heavy bleeding, okay? So I want you guys to understand, heavy bleeding is never normal. This is your gut. There's an issue with the gut health, okay? The digestive system is backed up. We gotta cleanse that out, okay? And we have to get our body in a healthy state where you're not purging out blood. You're not supposed to be purging out blood like that. What does that create in the body? Anemia, mineral deficiencies. Your body starts deteriorating after a while. How do you feel when you're bleeding heavily every single month? How do you feel? Some of you guys let me know. And especially for the ones that are saying, especially on Facebook, oh, it's normal. Some of y'all let me know, how do you feel? And I'm telling you, as somebody that used to bleed like that heavily every single month, I used to feel sick, drained, horrible, exhausted. We're not supposed to feel that way. Why have we normalized this? Is heavy bleeding also caused by not drinking enough water? Absolutely. It can be. Lack of hydration? Absolutely. You're dehydrated on the cellular level? Absolutely. The body needs water. And your cells need water. Your tissues need water. And a lot of us are drinking and eating things that's dehydrating us even further. If you have heavy bleeding, you are dehydrated on the cellular level. You're probably like, well, I do drink enough water. Well, what are you eating to dehydrate your body? Because if you're on coffee, if you're drinking a lot of dry foods, those foods that break, like rice, things that break down in the body as sugar, if you're eating a lot of sugar, refined sugar, okay? I had shoulder blade pain during last month. That was the wake-up call. Thank you. Yes, we have to take things, like we have to get serious. A lot of us have been, dealing with these issues in the body for years and not taking them seriously. And then somebody like me comes along and say, that's not normal. People get mad and they want to attack and say, you're shaming women. I'm not shaming women. I'm trying to help women. Okay? I'm exhausted. It's a lot. Exactly. Heavy bleeding drains your life force. It's very depressing. It drains you. Okay? I'm not just saying this. I went through it myself. And you can't pay me to go back there. Okay, anxious, and yeah, it makes you feel anxious. It's like you just want to be in bed. You don't even want to come out the house because you're scared. Like, what if you have an accident? I feel bloated and systematic 2 weeks before the cycle even begins. So we're dealing with heavy estrogen dominance, Cloney. We're dealing with heavy estrogen dominance. I have to wear overnight pads my whole period. Oh my God, Jazz. Listen, I was there. I remember buying 2 big packs of overnight pads always. I remember that. Okay, I was there. Your body can heal. But we got to do the work. I took 4 gynecologists it took 4 gynecologists to diagnose my fibroids. They kept they kept telling me it was normal. That's why I tell you guys that when it comes to reproductive health, the medical industry has failed women. We got to stop relying and clinging on to Western medicine. Okay, when it comes to our reproductive health, or you're going to perish. I'm telling you that right now. All they're going to do is surgery. You're never going to heal your womb working with them. I'm telling you this right now. And this is something I had to realize myself. It's either surgery, birth control, or they prescribe you some type of medication that's going to make this is going to create more toxins in the body. You're never going to get true healing with them. It's going to be this whole roller coaster ride. One day you feel great, the next day you feel horrible. Like, it's going to be, we don't want that. We want real healing. You bled for 3 weeks. Wow, that's hemorrhaging. How can we get personalized help? Doctors just want me to have a hysterectomy. I don't want to. So my personalized help is my Detoxify Your Womb program, where you work with me for 3 months. And actually in the month of March, you'll work with me for 4 months because we have a special. Okay, so if you want personalized help, that's my Detoxify Your Womb program. You can click the link in my bio to check out more information on that. Okay, that's why I help people. That's personalized. Okay, that's my highest level program, my exclusive program. So we don't take everybody, but email me so I can see if you're interested in joining. I'll see whether you're a good fit. This is what I go through every month. Listen to Sasha, lady, she's a real deal. Thank you. And the ladies that were fighting me on Facebook, I guess they don't see my testimonials and how much women I've helped with heavy bleeding, with fibroids, with just so like it's just crazy right now, right? I will email you I want help. My daughter started at 10 and she bleeds heavy for her age. Oh my gosh, yes. And I say this all the time, Jazz Beauty. We gotta heal ourselves so the next generation doesn't suffer. There's so many little girls suffering and it's sad. Okay, so if you want to email me. If you want for ladies that are ready to take my Detoxify Your Womb program. But look at it and be sure that I tell you about the program and make sure you're ready for it. Because this is for women that want to transform their health, their body, not for women that just want to do a little bit. This is for women that want to go all in when it comes to their healing. Okay, you can email me. Okay, if you click the link in my bio, you'll see where to email me. You see like an envelope emblem symbol. You can email me through there. Okay, and make sure you guys are also on my email list. You can click the link in my bio to join my email list because they're going to take away TikTok very soon, okay? And I still want to do these lives and provide value. I don't know if we're going to move to YouTube or Facebook, but we're going to move somewhere, okay? And I want you guys to still be getting the emails before I go live so you'll know. It's so weird because I'm the only one in my family that has fibroids. I thought I was the only one in my family. When I had fibroids, at that moment in time, I had two other sisters. I'm the only one that dealt with fibroids between them. So that happens sometimes. It's not weird. It's just that what's going on is that they may deal with other issues that's related to estrogen dominance, okay? Or they may develop something later. Everybody's different. It's not that it's weird. Fibroids actually is not genetic. Research has not confirmed that fibroids is genetic. You've been lied to by your doctor. I'm telling you this right now. If you go do research, it's not that it's genetic. It's that we're living. Yes, you may be more predisposed to fibroids because maybe, but it doesn't mean it's genetic. What does that mean? That means that when something's genetic, that means that we can't help but get it, right? It don't matter what we do. We can't help but get it. It doesn't matter what we do. No, you spark the plug for fibroids to occur in your body. There was something you did. It has to, that spark has to go off, okay? Yeah, and I'm not blaming you because what we don't know is what we don't know. The same thing happened to me. I got fibroids twice, okay? And that's why I do what I do. I'm trying to help you. No medication, always, you are okay until worse. Now, I'm not sure what you're talking about, Miss Owen. I'm not so sure what you mean. Maybe you're referring to somebody else. Yeah, true. I'm glad nobody else had it. Yes, I'm happy. And my sisters know now, what to do. If God forbid they ever get it, but they didn't also know how to prevent it. So when you heal yourself, you're also healing your family. You're healing your bloodline. Okay, did you know that? And I said before on Facebook, what was I saying? I said that if every woman in your family had, because I always hear women tell me, well, every woman in my family has had to have a hysterectomy. So I should have one too. If every woman in your family has had to have a hysterectomy, that's a generational curse. That is a generational curse. And you have been chosen, learning this information, you have been chosen to break the curse. So you have to pick a side. Are you going to continue to let this go on? Or are you going to be brave enough to break the curse? To finally break that curse. If every woman in your family has fibroids and heavy bleeding or endometriosis or some type of reproductive health issue, that is a curse. I don't understand why people don't understand it. That's a curse. That's a curse. That is a curse. Okay? It's not normal. It's a curse. I agree. I just meant that it seems a lot of people are estrogen. Yes, estrogen dominant is one of the most common hormonal imbalances in women. So yes, a lot of women are estrogen dominant. Absolutely. The research says about 78%, but I think it's more than that these days, actually. Facts. Today we revived my grandmother's fridge with nothing but fruits and vegetables. Oh, I love that. See, we even healing the older folks. I love that. I love that. MRI says I have too many fibroids to count. Okay, you're in the right place. User 514. Hello in West Virginia. Oh, hi. I'm near West Virginia. I'm no longer in Maryland, but in the DC area. Hi. Okay. Hope that everybody is doing okay. Okay, you guys, if you guys have a question, feel free to to put it in the chat. But I want to say this: we do not have to settle for heavy bleeding. You don't have to settle for heavy bleeding. You don't have to settle for pain every before or during your cycle. We have to stop settling for this. Okay, we have to stop settling for this. Okay, fibroids. What is fibroids? If you don't know what they are, it's uterine tumors in the womb. And if you bleed for 8 days, is that bad? Yes, that's estrogen dominance. That's horrible. Bleeding for 8 days is horrible. So what causes estrogen dominance? Great question. Great question. Diet, stress and anxiety. Okay. Your everyday habits, your lifestyle habits. It's a hormonal imbalance. So that means that if you have estrogen dominance, you're imbalanced. You are imbalanced. So what are we taking care of our bodies? Are we pouring into our bodies? Okay. So if you have heavy bleeding, right, we also have our digestive system is backed up. Your liver is not metabolizing, estrogen like it's supposed to, right? So we're dealing with toxins in the womb area. We're dealing with lots of toxins in the pelvic region. Why is it horrible? I used to bleed for 3 days because, listen, that's hemorrhaging. You're hemorrhaging. When you're talking about, okay, estrogen, listen. So when it comes to bleeding, right, you're not supposed to bleed for more than 3 to 4 days every single month. If you're bleeding for 8 days, that means the body has lots of toxins. You're dealing with a boatload of toxins in the body. Your body's trying to get it out, right? But that's not the way you want your body to get the toxins out. You want your body to be able, that means the elimination pathways in the body is closed up, is clogged up. There's other ways that our body gets toxins out. So those elimination organs are all clogged up. So we have to do our parts to open those back up. The body when you're dealing with 8-day cycle, your body's hemorrhaging. That's not a regular menstrual cycle. Your body's hemorrhaging. So what does that mean? That means that we're going to lose nutrients. We're going to lose, iron. We're losing so much. We're going to feel drained. And I asked this question earlier. I said, how do you feel when your body's bleeding like this heavily? Everybody is talking about, I feel drained, I feel depressed, I feel anxious, I feel exhausted. We're not meant to feel that way every single month. I hope you guys understand this. A lot of us have settled for these horrible periods, thinking it's normal, not knowing that when we get the body healthy, then your body will, your cycles will be amazing, easy, painless. And you're talking to somebody that has been through this process and has gotten a lot of women through this process as well. Okay, I can't do anything. People think I'm crazy. Yeah, that's why we have to stop thinking that pain is normal. We have to stop thinking that feeling drained is normal. Aqua, your body is talking to you and you're still asking like, why is it not normal? It's not normal because your body's letting you know, hey, it's not normal. You're not supposed to feel like that. Okay, we got to listen what our body's talking to. And that's why I said we're disconnected from the body. We're totally disconnected from the body. When your body is expressing a symptom and is feeling uncomfortable, you should understand, no, this is not normal. You should understand what's really going on, okay? So, yes, thank you guys so much for following me, going through it right now. You're in the right place. I'm going to talk a little bit more about what you guys should do, but it's lifestyle changes. We got to lower our stress levels, okay? We have to learn how to manage our stress. Make sure you guys are also on my email list because they're bigger than ban TikTok. If you haven't heard, they passed the bill to ban TikTok. We don't know any day now. So click the link in my bio to make sure that you're on my email list so you'll know when I do these lives, okay? If you know when I do these lives. So get on my email list as well. Some of you guys have got on the email list, and and thank you for that. And let's get the likes up. We have a goal of 15,000. Let's get the like. All I have to do is tap on the screen to like the live. We got a goal of 15,000. Just tap on the screen. Tap on the screen. We need more women to hear this because so many women are suffering. Why are women suffering? Is it true that a woman who period is longer than 3 days has an issue somewhere? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a hormonal imbalance. That's a gut health issue. That means that the elimination pathways are all clogged up. Absolutely. That's definitely an issue. Okay? Really help. I'm trying to help. Okay? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help, E. Okay. So when you have heavy bleeding like this, right? When you're dealing with heavy bleeding, we got to start looking at our habits. We got to start looking at our lifestyle habits, right? What kind of foods are we putting in our mouth? Are we dehydrating our bodies? Because that's another thing that'll make you bleed heavy. If you're dealing with dehydration, okay? Well, I need to do some cleansing, absolutely. And not just cleanse it for a period of time. I'm talking about your body should always be detoxifying itself every single day. Your body is supposed to be detoxifying itself every single day. So, but if you're eating certain type of foods, if you're preventing that from happening, we got to make some changes here. So what are we eating now? Because if you eating dairy, you're going to bleed like crazy. I drink water every day for 8 days. Okay, so what are we eating, lovely? What else do I do to need to get the stress, the waste out? When you say you drink water every day, is that the only, are you doing like a water fast? What's going on, lovey? Give me some more information, okay? Because if we're drinking water, but yet we're eating lots of, drying foods, dehydrating foods, like rice, like, a lot of meat and dairy, foods that are going to cause this, the gut, that's really hard on the digestive system. It's going to clog up the elimination pathways. Then we have a problem. I definitely could eat more healthy for sure. There we go. That's why. Put that on the list. I really don't have an appetite, but when I do eat, it's normally fish and vegetables. So we don't eat any fruit. Do we eat any fruit now? Right meat pasta. There we go. So that's why y'all are putting in the chat why you're bleeding heavily. One of the reasons for bleeding heavily. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you live a stressful lifestyle. If you have a stressful lifestyle, you know that you are stressed. Some people are stressed and they don't know it, but I want you to put a 1 in the chat if you live a stressful lifestyle. Okay? If you live in a stressful lifestyle, put a 1 in the chat. Okay? If you live, and that's why. That's why. That will have you bleed heavily. If you're not managing your stress levels properly. I only bleed for 4 days, right period. Okay. That is, do you have any symptoms? Or it's just like, your period is you just bleed for 4 days and that's it. Which if you do, that's good. That means that your body is more than likely, I don't know how to talk, I have to get more information, but more than likely in balance, okay? And we have to stop saying, oh, somebody has a light menstrual cycle. That means they're just a little cramps. Okay, we gotta do some work then. You're not supposed to have any cramps. We still got some work to do to get the body in balance. You're not supposed to feel any cramps, ladies. Cramps is not normal. How do we get protein? Lots of protein in vegetables, lots of protein in leafy greens, tomatoes, cucumbers. I'm on a raw vegan diet. I'm not saying y'all gotta be raw vegan. That's a personal thing. It's a spiritual thing for me. I've been on it for 2 weeks now. I get a lot of protein. We gotta stop with the protein myth. You don't need meat and dairy for protein. Now, I'm not saying if you only have heavy bleeding and you don't have any fibroids or anything else, you can have a little bit of meat, but don't go crazy. Don't go crazy. We shouldn't be eating meat every single day, okay? We shouldn't be eating meat every single day. We have to increase our fruit quantity. We got to increase our leafy green quantity, okay? And when I say meat, I'm also including seafood as well. I had 2 periods last month, which never happened. So that means that we're having lots of toxicity in the body. We got a lot of toxicity, in the body. I'm working 12-hour shifts now. Ralph and Tanya, are you a nurse? What do you do? Well, I had no idea. Cramps are not normal. Cramps are not normal. Cramps are not normal. What tea can I drink to shrink fibroids? No tea. No tea can shrink fibroids. What you have to do is you got to get to the root cause of the problem, what caused the fibroids to occur. Okay, we got to start making lifestyle and diet changes and also mindset changes. I work in nuclear. Okay, so is your job stressful? Is there a way we can, kind of like lessen the stress at your job? Is there a way to do that? Okay, because working 12-hour shifts can be stressful, especially if you have no breaks in between your job. You have a stressful job. Okay, cramps are not normal. Heavy bleeding is not normal. Breast tenderness is not normal. Okay, all of these symptoms that we associate with normal because we're on our cycle are not normal. None of these symptoms that we get during our cycle. And clots are definitely not normal. Okay, the body is highly toxic. If you're bleeding out clots, the body is highly toxic. Okay, so I want you guys, and if you're watching this, and if you need to learn more, you need to be on my email list. Okay, lower back pain is not normal either. Absolutely not. We're not supposed to be in any pain. Besides feeling, maybe a tiny bit more fatigue because you want to rest more. Maybe you don't want to go out as much. You want to be a little introverted during your cycle. That's normal. But not that I'm drained. No, that's not normal. Or I'm so fatigued. That's not normal. Or I'm in pain. Pain is never normal. When have we started normalizing pain, and why have we started normalizing pain? What are some general things we can start doing to experience a relief in symptoms? I'm trying to tell you. Have you changed your diet? Number one. Change your diet, number one, okay? Eating more hydrating foods, hydrating your body on a cellular level. Stop drinking things and eating things that dehydrate you. Sugar, okay? Sugar will make you bleed. Dairy will make you bleed, okay? Alcohol, because if you have heavy bleeding, that means the liver is not working the way it's supposed to. It's compromised, so we should not be drinking no alcohol, okay? Any recommendations for yeast overgrowth and remedies to heal the body? Yeast overgrowth, your diet has too much yeast more than likely. That's a gut issue. Hydrate the body. Hydrate the body. Hydrate the body. Okay. So we gotta eat hydrating foods too. So what you're eating should have water content. I'm gonna say most of 75% of what you're eating should have high water content. So if you're eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, you're getting a lot of hydration. And if you're drinking a lot of water, you're getting a lot of hydration. If you're not eating fruits and vegetables like that, and you're eating rice and bagels and pizza and steaks and all this stuff, what else people eat? All this stuff without any type of water, you're dehydrating your body. Okay. 514. You're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm trying to no supplements. I'm trying to let you guys know. Listen. I'm literally telling you dietary adjustments. I'm literally telling you. Can you see my comment? Lovely, I didn't see your comment. We never want to get on medication. Oh, okay. We never want to get on any type of medication for heavy bleeding. We never want to get on any type of medication creates toxins in the body. So no progesterone, none of that stuff they give you the doctor. We never want to get on medication. I use that, but I have found that doctors say it's not for long-term use. We shouldn't use anything. We should change our diet and get our gut in order. And also we have to do some mindset changes too when we have heavy cycles, because a lot of this anxiety, stress will cause you to bleed heavily. Okay. So I want you guys to understand we should not be on any medications. You got wean yourself off of that stuff. We want a lasting, we want to heal our bodies. We don't want to suppress it. That's the issue. We're suppressing the problem. Problem's still there, but we just, you don't want to suppress a problem. You want to heal the problem and get to the root cause of the problem. That should be the goal. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, ladies. Let's get the likes up. Okay? Let's get the likes up. We got like about 9,000 more. Let's get to 15,000. We need more women in here. Let's get to 15,000. All you have to do to like the live is tap on the screen. That's it. Okay. So heavy bleeding is important for you to understand. We don't want to settle for a life of heavy bleeding. We don't want to settle for a life of heavy bleeding. It's not worth it. Thank you, just the two of us, for liking the live. Thank you, Miss T, for liking the live. Thank you guys, ladies, so much for liking the live. If you guys don't mind, let's get the likes up. We don't want to settle for a life of horrible cycles. You should not be in pain and suffering for a week out of the month. Do you know how much of your life that's taken away from you? Do you know how much that lowers your quality of life when you are having these issues on your cycle? This is lowering your quality of life, and you settling for this every single month is, like I said, is it shows in a type of way, especially I'm talking about for women that know, if you know, look, I have to start making these changes, these diet changes, and you're not doing them. This is kind of like showing that we have low self-worth. We got to get our body healthy, okay? Because I'm on birth control for my heavy bleeding. We want to get off birth control. I said that too. That actually is just suppressing your own natural hormones and flooding your body with lots of toxins with these synthetic hormones. We never want to flood the body with synthetic hormones. That's why I said, when it comes to Western medicine, when it comes to reproductive health, they have nothing for you except for medications, birth control, and surgery. That's it. I was on TA2, but I had to come off. I'm just dealing with it now and making diary changes. And okay, good. Supplements, unless it's herbs, unless it's herbs, it's really just a waste of time. Unless it's herbs, unless they're actually condensed plants. Okay. It's really important for you to focus more so on lifestyle changes. If you're not getting enough sleep too, if like stress, like all of these factors in, how are you taking care of the body, right? How are you taking care of your body? How are you taking care of your soul? Just all of this stuff, and also the people that you allow in your life too. So if we're dealing with, for example, I'm gonna give you guys an example. If we're in a really toxic job and we're wondering why we have heavy cycles, that's one of your answers. Thank you, Pam, for liking the live. That's one of your answers. If you're in a toxic relationship and wondering why you have heavy cycles, your body's in fight or flight mode all the time. Of course you're gonna have heavy cycles. Of course you're gonna have cycles that are, chaotic and where you're gonna be in pain and heavy bleeding. I didn't know I had fibroids until I was in the ER from feeling really bad pain. Yes, if we're ever in the ER, if we're ever having a blood transfusion because of a menstrual cycle, that is a red flag. I'm gonna keep saying that's a red flag, okay? That is a red flag. So I'm happy that you were able to find out, but that's, again, estrogen dominance. I know that some women on here that they just have heavy bleeding. They don't have fibroids or any reproductive health issue. I'm hope that you guys are hearing me, because we don't want it to turn into a bigger issue. Because, you know, when we just allow fibroids to go, heavy bleeding to go on and don't do anything about it, your body's deteriorating. It's going to get worse and worse and worse if you don't do something. The bleeding is either going to get worse or we're going to develop a reproductive health issue if you don't do something about it. Okay? So yeah, avoid, if you can, unless it's life or death, try to avoid blood transfusions unless it's life or death. I'm going to be honest with you. We got to stop putting a lot of people get sick from blood transfusions. We got to stop putting other people's blood in our bodies and thinking that's normal. It's not normal because of the menstrual cycle. That's ridiculous. We got to do the work. Okay? If you're bleeding out like that, we got to make changes. I had one fibroid medicine is just to stop the medicine, is just to stop the clotting. So far, it's less heavy. We don't want to do medications. What's an example of what you eat in a day? Okay, I'm raw vegan. Okay, so I'm not telling y'all to go raw vegan. Example would be today. What did I have? The acai bowl. I made my own bowl. I ate some fruit today. I ate a huge salad earlier. Okay, probably before. I'm not really hungry today like that. And probably before I go to bed, I'm gonna have some fruit. After this live, I'm gonna have some fruit, some pineapples. But that's me. I'm not really that hungry. Sometimes I have much more than that. It just depends on the day, honestly. So I've been doing every single day. I've been doing a big salad with lots of leafy greens, avocados. Some days I'll do like a wrap, but the wrap that I do is like, it's not like wheat or anything like that. It's hard to explain. I posted it on my stories. It's for raw vegans. It was like a dehydrated wrap. They made it in a dehydrator. Okay. It's like raw vegan. I don't want to confuse you guys, or I'll do like an avocado. I'll put guacamole on I'll do stuffed bell peppers. I'll put my guacamole on the stuffed bell pepper and I'll eat that. That's like a snack. I love that. So those are just some examples of what I eat. I make sure I drink at least a gallon of water every single day. And a lot of the things I'm eating has heavy water content as well. And yes, I'm getting all my nutrients. I feel amazing. I feel better than I ever felt before. Before I was raw vegan, I was plant-based vegan for many years, for over a decade. Okay. So that's just what I stopped eating meat, dairy a long time ago. Okay. So that's an example. All right. So, yes. But dairy, you should not be eating any dairy. Dairy will ruin your gut, will ruin your uterus. Okay? If you're eating anything with dairy in it and you have heavy bleeding, no. Okay? We gotta increase the fruits and vegetables, increase the water content so the body can get rid of the toxins. We got too much toxins in the body. Drinking my 100 ounces of water is getting easy. Love that. And as time goes on, it will get easier. I can't even eat dairy when I'm on my period. I get nauseated. Absolutely. And you shouldn't eat it any other time, whether you're on your period or off your period. You shouldn't eat it sometimes our body tells us stuff and we just ignore it. I'm happy you noticed that. But we shouldn't eat dairy on the period, off the period, any day of the week, okay? Any day of the week you should not be eating. Dairy is literally mucus filling. It's literally inflammatory, okay? You're worsening your health and you're ruining your organs, okay? You're destroying your gut, okay? Thanks so much for all your tips and insights. It's so much to learn. Yes, and if you're watching this, ladies, I want you to subscribe to my email list. If you're watching this because they're issuing a ban on TikTok, I want you to subscribe to my email list, okay? Help with libido. Okay, so that's a hormonal issue as well. What's a good dairy substitute? I know soy is bad. Yeah, soy is horrible. Oat milk, Red Bull milk. Oat milk is pretty good. I don't use any type of milk, not even the oat or almond milk. You can do almond milk. You can do oat milk is probably the best. And make sure you look at the ingredient list. Make sure it has lots of healthy ingredients, not any trash ingredients. We gotta start looking at ingredients. That's another thing because it would tell you if dairy is in it. A lot of these products that you guys are buying, these maybe like crackers, you can buy some crackers and you don't even know that you're eating dairy, but it will have dairy and eggs in it. No dairy, no cheese. Okay? No dairy, no cheese. Unless you want to make your own cheese at home. With no dairy, of course. I love oat milk and coconut milk is good. Yes, I forgot that. Coconut milk and oat milk are probably like the best you can do. What about banana milk? Well, I've never heard of that. You can do that. As long as it has no dairy, you can do that. Is okra good for libido? Absolutely. Oh, okra is amazing. Okra's amazing. Okay? Okra's amazing. It's made with organic sunflower seeds. Yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. Colony, what country are you in? Are you in the U.S.? I've never heard of banana milk. Jesus messed me up. I'm so bloated from eating that. Cheese is horrible. It's trash. Y'all gotta stop. I want y'all to learn what you're eating. Learn what this stuff really is. Right? Learn what this stuff is. Pus. Like, learn what this stuff really is. Learn what they're really using to make this stuff that they're feeding you. They're feeding you trash. And you're just eating it, and you're so addicted. You didn't put addictive properties in it so you can be addicted. Block fallopian tubes. Okay, what about it? What about Violife vegan cheese? We don't want to do processed foods because, yeah, I know that they have a lot of processed vegan foods in these stores. Watch out for that as well. Now, if it has pretty, not too bad ingredients, then that's fine, okay? I get this coconut milk yogurt. It's so good. Okay. I always hated yogurt, but okay, if it's as long as it's no dairy, it's fine. Yes, the U.S. You're in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Yes, my brother used to live in Atlanta. I used to go to Atlanta all the time. My bleeding between periods and pain stopped when I started taking fruits. There you have it. It's now, some of us gotta do more than just taking fruits now. Some people have to do more because there's a lot of toxicity in the body, but you gotta eat lots of fruits. And when I say fruits, it should be daily. It shouldn't be just whenever you remember. It shouldn't be, whenever you see a banana. No, you should be intentional. What about vegan pizza? It depends on who's making it and where is it from. Is it frozen? Are you making it yourself with the fresh ingredients? That's totally fine. It depends on who's making it. It depends on that. It's made by Mo'ala. You get it from Publix. I never heard of it. You guys gotta look at the ingredients, y'all. If you guys want to know if anything's good, ingredients will tell you everything you need to know. What is your best suggestion on what to eat? Fruits, vegetables, foods with any food that grows from the earth. How about that? So you can do beans. You can do chickpeas. Heavy on vegetable and fruits. Okay. Meat, make sure not too much of that. If you are going to do that, and that includes seafood. If you are going to do that, and if you have fibroids, any type of reproductive health issue, kiss the animal products away. And if you actually want to heal the body naturally, start off with getting rid of those animal products, okay? And for those people that watching this, you want to actually go further with healing. My Restore Your Womb course is it's amazing for restoring your hormonal balance. If you have estrogen dominance, heavy bleeding, fibroids, if you're looking to conceive, get your womb healthy, get the body healthy, the Restore Your Womb course is really good for that, okay? This is all organic banana milk. Okay, great. I heard corn is not good for us. Yeah, corn is trash. Corn is it's a grain. It's not even a vegetable. We've been lied to, okay? So no meat, dairy, sugar, or alcohol. Cloning, if you're dealing with fibroids, you definitely should not be having that. And when I say sugar, I mean refined sugar. So fruit sugar is healthy, actually good for you. I put some mixed berries in mine. It's really good. Okay, great. Okay, no processed foods. Absolutely, yes. Just the two of us, no processed foods. Or, because we live in America, everything's processed. We want to limit the processed foods. We also want to work on our stress levels. So if your body's in fight or flight mode all the time, yes, you will bleed heavily. If you're anxious all the time, yes, you will bleed heavily, right? If you're always in autopilot, boom, 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 you never just sit down, relax, and tune into the body and breathe, you're going to have issues with your cycle, okay? Your cycle is a reflection it's like a mirror of what's going on inside the body. It's like a mirror, okay? So it's one of our vital signs, one of our fifth vital signs, okay? So hopefully you guys understand this. So make sure you guys are following me on here. I want you guys also to join the email list. They will ban TikTok. They're talking about banning TikTok. I think they passed the bill to ban TikTok. So make sure you're following me on here. Make sure you click the link in my bio to join my email list so you'll know when I'm going live. It's not going to be on here if there's no TikTok, okay? It's going to be somewhere else. But I want you guys to still have access to me. If you are into holistic healing for the womb, okay, you're tired of Western medicine playing tricks with you, okay, then make sure you subscribe to my email list if you want to learn more, okay? If you actually want to start your healing journey, okay, I have courses. I also have my Restore Your Womb my Detoxify Your Womb program, where I work with you for 3 months, and this month we have a special where I'll add an extra month to that. So working with you for 4 months. This is for women that have hormonal imbalances. Heavy bleeding is definitely one. This is for women who have fibroids, who want to conceive, who maybe have issues with conceiving, who want to conceive, who have PCOS, diabetes, who have, endometriosis, adenomyosis, okay, ovarian cysts. We've helped women get rid of all these issues and also conceive. And we've had the testimonials to prove it, okay? So you can go on my page and look at some of the testimonials. And also, if you go to my page and you go to click on client testimonials, is a tab near the bio. You're going to see it. You'll see a lot of my testimonials in my client testimonials, okay? So I've worked with all sorts of, issues with the womb. So I'm not just a talking head on TikTok. I actually do this for a living. I work with women. I'm a specialist, okay? So I just want to let you guys know. Not having regular cycles. Okay, so when you say not having regular cycles, give me some more information on that. But that's estrogen dominance, okay? I've been walking for 30 minutes a day as well, feeling a lot better. That's good, Brittany. That is good. Keep up the great work. Keep up the great work, okay? So if you're ever dealing with any type of issue with the womb, that means that your womb also serves as, in a sense, an emotional junk drawer for a lot of women. When you have a lot of trauma that you're holding on to, I talked about this in the live yesterday, a lot of trauma, a lot of heaviness, like grudges, a lot of, maybe it could be sexual trauma, things that you're holding on to that you haven't released, okay, that hasn't been released. This, again, you hold that on an energetic level in the womb space. This will also result in heavy bleeding, okay? I've been trying to walk more. Would that help with fibroids? No, but for some women, it can help with stress, and lowering your stress will help with fibroids. Walking is not gonna help with fibroids, but we have to do more. We gotta do more, okay? We gotta go deeper, okay? And make sure if you wanna get rid of fibroids, I have a 12 steps on how to shrink your fibroids full bundle course. Oh, Chloe, no, you weren't the one to get the course. That was somebody else. But the 12 steps on how to shrink your fibroids full bundle course, okay? Get that to really help you get rid of fibroids. When your period isn't predictable, okay? If your period is not predictable, we have a hormonal imbalance, okay? Make sure you click the link in my bio to join my email list, okay? Cycles causing, okay, so you don't have ovulation. That is definitely, do you have PCOS? Do you have PCOS? That could be PCOS, but that's definitely a hormonal imbalance. Any issue with your cycle is hormonal imbalance. Okay, that's PCOS then, okay? So if you have PCOS, I would recommend my Restore Your Womb course if you want to get rid of it naturally, or if you want to work with me, my Detoxify Your Womb program. Been doing keto and intermittent fasting, stop drinking sodas and juice. I wouldn't do keto. Keto is not because you're limited on the fruit and vegetable when you do keto, unless it's going to be a type of keto where you're eating lots of fruits and vegetables and no dairy and meat. Keto is it's just not a healthy diet for anybody, but definitely if you have any type of reproductive issues, yes, it's good for getting rid of sugar if you have like a sugar addiction, but if you're eating on keto, eating lots of meat and dairy, forget it, okay? No, I just wouldn't recommend that. Should we cut out dairy? Yes, you should. Absolutely. 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 If you have heavy bleeding, yes, for sure. Everybody really should cut off dairy, because even for men, we're wondering why these men are getting ED and they're having low testosterone levels and prostate issues in the early ages. Boom. That's one of the reasons. I missed your answer about vegan pizza. Unless you're making it yourself and you know the ingredients in there. So if you're just buying it frozen, I'm asking you, are you buying it frozen? How? It depends on how it's made and what's in it. It depends on so many factors, okay? So who's making the vegan pizza? Where's it from? Is it just frozen from the store or what? What herbs cleanse the blood? You can take burdock root to help. It ain't gonna do the work for you if you're eating anything. Herbs should be something that you take once you've already gotten, you changed your diet, you changed your lifestyle. You've gotten a good rhythm. Then you can take herbs for a boost, but it's not going to do the work for you. Burdock root is pretty good. A restaurant, no. Any food from a restaurant is definitely a no, for sure. Yes, these men are getting estrogen dominance too. Thank you. Mine is getting snappy. Girl, don't get me started. And we laugh and we say these men are getting sassy. It's not that they're getting sassy. The testosterone levels, this is science, is at an all-time low. Look at the research. It's at an all-time. Men are getting estrogen dominance too. They're getting prostate issues. If they're getting no hair at 25, okay, and they're also growing breasts. I'm not trying to be funny. It's real, Okay? So men are also, this is affecting men. This is affecting men. So if you're watching this and you have a son, listen. Okay, you gotta do. That's why I said heal yourself so you can heal your lineage. If you have fibroids, if you have estrogen dominance, and you have a son, that son is more than likely gonna have prostate issues. The risk for prostate issues goes up. So this is affecting our son, the sons, the daughter. Listen, hi Nicole. Hey, and cancer. Thank you. Men are getting prostate cancer. Okay, men are getting ED in their 30s. That's unheard of. But that's what's happening. Estrogen dominance is real. You are speaking the truth. It's the food. Gotta watch that's the first thing. The stress. It's many other factors. Y'all gotta, I'm telling you, okay? But I'm gonna go now. It is real. These men in the house and in this house don't listen. We gotta lead by example. I'm gonna be honest with you. It took my dad years to listen to me. You gotta lead by example. We can't say everybody, we haven't saved ourselves yet. Some of you guys haven't even started the work. Do the work first and then worry about everybody else. You do it first. And I'm talking to everybody on here. Do the work first and then you worry about everybody else. Because we want to save everybody while we're still struggling. That's not going to work. You haven't even started it yourself. How can we regulate your period? I don't bleed every month. Nika, you have to get your hormones in balance. Check out my Restore Your Womb course. That's going to help you do that. Thank you for your information and nice being here. Yes. Hi, A. Make sure you're also on my email list, E. You're welcome. Thank you so much for this live. You are so right. Got to do the work for absolutely. Absolutely. We want to, and that was me too. I'm trying to save the world. And like back in the day, right? I'm trying to save my family members. I haven't even started the work yet. And that's why they didn't take me seriously. But when I did the work on myself, then they came around. Okay? They came around. All right? All right. Love you guys. Make sure you guys check out my courses if you guys are ready to heal. If you guys want to work with me, my Detoxify Your Womb program. That's gotten women the transformational results, okay? From getting women pregnant who was struggling with, infertility for 4 years, okay? To getting rid of fibroids. I had a client get rid of a 6 centimeter fibroid in 3 months. Had a client had 6 fibroids, got rid of 4. No, excuse me. Had 6 fibroids, got rid of 2, and all the other ones shrunk to 3 centimeters or less. Okay? I mean, it's done. We've had clients get pregnant. We had clients get rid of fibroids. We've had clients get rid of cysts. We had clients reverse adenomyosis, endometriosis, PCOS. Go from 14-day cycles to 4-day cycles. I'm talking about 14-day cycles of heavy bleeding and pain to 4-day cycles of light bleeding and no pain. Okay? So we've done a lot. Okay? I always say this, I'm not just a talking head on here. I do this for a living. This is what I do. I help women, okay? Get to the root cause of the problem and heal their bodies, put the power back into themselves so that they can also do the work for their selves and also their lineage, okay? All right? So have a good night, y'all. Get on my email list. They're gonna get rid of TikTok any day now. We didn't meet the live goal today, but that's okay. Maybe we'll meet it tomorrow if TikTok is still here. I'll be there. I'll be here tomorrow if TikTok is still here. But be sure you're on my email list. Click the link in my bio. Join my email list, okay? Have a good night, everybody.